6:30 Monday night. Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, welcome to the Tilton Talk Show, live for the next 90 minutes. Sponsored by Browne Sports, principal sponsors of Browne City Football Club. And we are now into the World Cup break. We didn't get the win that we really hoped for. You know, what was a packed St Andrews, as packed as it could possibly be. But I still took some positives out the last 20 minutes there, to be fair. Did tell Sharon she was going out for a nice expensive meal in Birmingham. Didn't tell her that it was a booker pie at St Andrews. Well, one, so it don't really matter. So we've got a few weeks off now. The team can sit back and recuperate a little bit. However, the hard work still has to go on, and the work has started on the stadium. The work has started on the stadium. That is the best news I've had for a long time regarding this ridiculous situation that we're in. However, onwards and upwards we'll go, and along we'll go with this show. Right, I sat in the GM upper, block 3. Group of people, row 4 actually, row 4. Group of people decided to sit in row 2. Security came and moved them on. Row 1 and row 2 were blocked off. There were no tickets sold, I believe, for row 1 and row 2. Then a group of young lads, 5 of them, came and sat in front of me. Security didn't move them on. And they were throwing things over the top of the GM into the Sunderland supporters below. And one of them put some liquid, I don't know what it was in a plastic cup, one of those plastic see-through glasses, into his mouth, and then spat it on everyone below. You, sir, are just vile. We're in the middle of a pandemic and you go and do something like that. What a ridiculous idiot you are. I hope you're watching, I hope you're listening, I hope you turn up as well. And I hope you block yourself on the Tilton Talk page, because you are not the kind of people that we want at our football club. You are gutter slugs. Understand me? Understand me? I also understand Linda had some problems as well with security having a bit of a pop. A little Jack. Jack's 11 years old. Jack's got some issues, and he's a lovely little character. You know what? He's gonna grow up into a smashing guy. I don't really fully know. I've not had a chance to speak to Anthony. I don't really fully know what went on, to be fair.
I don't know, Craig, have you got any idea what went on?
So, as I've seen on Twitter, it's so Jack has to get up and move about, and you know, moves about, causing no concern towards the toilets, going towards the food counters, etc. And on a couple of occasions, the stewards have asked him to move back or stopped him from moving, which ultimately causes more anguish and resulted in Linda having to leave the stadium after the stewards had threatened to basically evict and remove Jack on Friday evening. And she left half an hour early. It's disgusting.
Craig, Jack comes to my house. He's welcome in my house any time he likes, and so is Linda. He's been here 3, 4, 5 times. Yeah, he's a bit hyperactive. Right, crack on, Jack. Get on with it, mate. Get on with it. You're living your life, son. You know what I mean? Living his life. Go to the football, watch his favourite football team. And an 11-year-old gets threatened with eviction from the football club. Come on.
No way.
I have seen Linda reached out, obviously, on Twitter. There's an awful lot of people that have backed Linda's comments, not just with what had happened, but also personal experience. And I have seen that Ian has replied to Linda and asked for a personal consultation, basically, to run through what's gone on. I can firmly see some education around the side of disability, etc., coming for those particular stewards. And in fact, to be fair, it should be across the whole of the ground. Nobody should be exempt.
It's just education, Craig.
It's education, yeah.
Just education, right? If you see a kid that's a bit hyper, you know, as long as he's not being disruptive to anybody, or he's been disrespectful to anybody. And he's not a disrespectful lad. You know, he's got lovely manners. I don't know.
It's incredible.
Where were they? Where were they sat?
In GM Lower.
GM Lower, yeah. Yeah.
What was he? Was he sort of like moving around while the game was on, getting in people's way, and that sort? Was that the reason, or what was the reason? There can't be just a reason for him getting up and moving around. That you know, what exactly happened? Do we know? Do we know why they evicted him?
No, it was more of the threat to take him out of the ground, and the claim was safeguarding, that they were safeguarding him and other people. But how you can safeguard an 11-year-old by saying we're going to throw you out the ground is beyond me.
That's ridiculous.
Was that without his plan?
He was on his own at the time, I believe, yeah, before he went back to Linda.
So you're going to put an 11-year-old child out onto the streets? Man, seriously.
Just to add as well, Nick, you've mentioned about the idiots, and that's what I'm calling them, inside the stadium. After the game, had a rather unsavoury experience with my youngest daughter, where leaving the ground, we had to take our time because of the trains being delayed and getting into Birmingham. So we left the ground, went to see Lee first and then left and started walking down. So it's pretty late on. We get outside to the club shop.
Sorry, is this back to New Street?
Yep, back to Moore Street.
Moore Street,
and
okay.
We're leaving, walking past the club shop. Group of Sunderland fans walking up. As you can imagine, they've won the game. They're all, you know, they're happy, they're celebrating, right? They're doing nothing wrong. Group of yobs, that's all I'm going to call them, come out, started maving off. Left them alone, walked away. Get halfway down by the entrance to the car park at the Cop. And a lady who was a Sunderland fan with her young son, and I'd say he was probably no older than 6 or 7, walking up the hill, and these lads did nothing more than go and face up to this woman.
What is wrong with people?
Maving off at her, calling her every name under the sun, to which she just simply replied, "There's no need. I've got my young son, leave me alone." Some of our other lads then stepped in and said, "Walk away, you're being pathetic." We go to the traffic lights. They jump the fence to start attacking 3 lads, all wearing Sunderland shirts. Now, again, totally uncalled for. Idiotic behaviour.
Same people were at the club shop.
Same people, yeah.
Right, okay.
West Midlands Police, fair play and congratulations to them because they stepped in straight away. And I give all credit to the female officer who dragged the lad down. They pinned him down. He got took away.
Good.
But it didn't stop though. We get to the bottom of the hill and they started again. Now, credit goes to this one chap at the island who stepped out of his car, put it this way. I'm tall, I'm quite big, but I would not mess with this lad. And he turned around and he said it, as we all felt, they were an insult to the club. They were not fans. They were yobs and they needed to be got rid of. The club, I know, are trying to do everything they possibly can. But if people are listening to this and you're turning up just to go and have a row, you are not a fan. You're an idiot. And I don't want my family or any other family to be subject to the abuse and total and utter idiocy of fighting in the street because we lost a game of football. It hasn't happened over the past few weeks. We lost a game. We lost the game to a truly fantastic goal, which I know we'll go on to.
Oh, yeah.
But there was just no need. Stay away from the club. Don't ever come back. And put it this way, if they'd have started any closer to my daughter, I'd have been pinning them down, let alone the police. So they need to just stay away. End of rant.
I like night games, obviously, under the lights. The atmosphere is better than a 3 o'clock Saturday game, but the one downside to it is obviously, you know, people are obviously people will take the day off work, won't they? Especially fans as well. They're travelling all the way down from Sunderland, so they're going to take a day off and they're probably going to start drinking at like 10 o'clock in the morning or whatever. But our fans, obviously, I would imagine a lot of them, you know, again, they'll probably be in the pub straight after work at 5 o'clock. So give them a good couple of hours, didn't it, before the game to get a few down here. So I don't know whether or not they were under any influence of alcohol, but you know, it kind of is a little.
These lads were Paul, definitely. You know, the way that they're reacting.
It doesn't matter if you are, right? It's just a stupidity of it. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to credit every Sunderland fan in there who were in the GM lower. Man, they made some flaming noise. They made proper noise. That was a proper turnout from a proper working man's club, right? And they were noisy. Well done, Sunderland fans, for your commitment and your effort last Friday. Yeah, we didn't win the game. You know, we'll go into the whys and the why nots. I think their fans are absolutely fantastic.
To be fair,
so actually, congratulations to our club as well for putting the prices in such a way that Sunderland could bring such a fantastic following.
Yeah.
And I hope that there are clubs across the country that reciprocate that for everybody else. So, you know, hopefully Birmingham will see a good side of that at some point in time.
I've got to say, though, I've got to say as well, I mean, I sort of jumped on the train, I had to come straight from work. So on my train coming to Blues, there was loads of Sunderland all around me, and I saw my scarf and that, and there was sound as anything. And even afterwards, going back, you know, they got the same train as me, some of them, not the same ones, but they were just like, they were right good laugh. We had a good chat, you know, shook hands. The way it should be, really.
Yeah.
But people
Should
do
be.
People do get more vexed, though, don't they, when they've had a drink? There's
Oh, yeah.
There's no doubt about that.
It's possibly, Paul, not just drink, is it?
Say again?
Probably not either, is it?
No, it's not just drink. I don't think so. But for playing devil's advocates, I think all clubs attract these sort of people.
Oh yeah, every year.
Yeah, they
It's
do.
not just Blues.
Every
It's not
club.
just Blues.
Yeah.
There's always a and it is a tiny minority, but it's that tiny minority that spoil it every time.
I mean, I was annoyed at the end of the game, but I'd never, you know, go and start on anyone or anything. You know, I'd just come away with my thoughts, and I was annoyed again because broken record again. You know, we did exactly what I wanted us to do all season. You know, and we absolutely destroyed them when we did it, but we did it too late. You know, I said to the people around me at half time, you know, he needs to go 4 at the back now. You know, we're 1-0 down. And then he basically gives it 10 minutes before he does it, 10, 15 minutes, and they get the second goal, don't they? Too late then, really. But, you know,
what? It is what it is. And we had a night out of it. And, you know, it's St Andrews, isn't it? You know, and hopefully they're going to start plastering it up and, you know, patching up a few of the wounds to the stadium soon. Can I ask a question to the whole team, one by one? Paul, you first went to Birmingham City.
Say again, sorry? Yeah.
Yeah, the year you first went to Birmingham City Football Club.
1989.
How many times have you been in trouble?
Never.
Mark, you first went to Birmingham City Football Club.
1981. I was 5.
Trouble.
Never.
Chris Browne, you first went to Birmingham.
You would ask me, wouldn't you?
18.
First, yeah. It was actually 69.
Ever been in trouble?
Sort of.
That's fair enough, mate. It's fair enough. Right.
Okay, I wasn't in trouble, but I was on a train once where all those around me were in trouble. Right? And do you remember on the old away day specials? You'll probably remember that.
Loved up.
They used to have like a big cage thing at the end of the train where they put all the undesirables in.
It was brilliant, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, I got put in one of those, and I swear on my life, I did absolutely nothing.
No.
I had a few to drink, but I didn't do anything.
Right, okay. Watto, you first went to Blues.
1959.
Ever been in trouble?
I got attacked by Manchester United supporters in 1968. I was with my dad.
You caused that trouble?
No, I'll tell you what happened. It was 2-2 the game, and George Best gave a penalty away, handball.
Oh, so it's
and we equalised. It's 2-2. We got home at 6-2 in the replay. And as we were walking out on the cop, there was no segregation then. There was Manchester United fans behind me. And they were talking, you know, the ref was this, the ref was that, blah, blah. And I just turned around and looked, you know. I heard the comment, and I instinctively just turned around and looked. He's, what are you looking at? And the next thing, my ankles are being kicked from under me, and my dad was in front of me, and you don't mess with him, right? I said to the old man, I said, Dad, I'm in a bit of trouble here. And he turned round and he saw this kid and he took a swing at him, missed him by a foot. But of course, the kid fell back and he took about 20 out. They all piled in like dominoes, all fell down the Spawn Cup steps. And that was the end of the trouble. They didn't come back. And there was, but that's the closest I've ever got,
Okay.
Great. I learned a lesson that day. Keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
And keep away from these people, Just keep away from them.
Craig Courtney. First time you went to Blues?
1991.
Been in trouble?
No.
Nick Sport, first time you went to Blues, 1973. Been in trouble? No.
I've been on away days where I've had a good drink all day, and
Yeah.
Look, Larry on away days, we all get a bit loud and Larry, don't we? But I'm not trouble. I like to take the mickey. I like all the banter. I like the fun of being in somebody else's territory, and it's brilliant. But I wouldn't dream of running onto a pitch and attacking Greasy Grealish. I wouldn't dream of it. I wouldn't dream of throwing something at somebody. Yeah.
I think Jason sums it up and he says, I've been drunk at football and sober. I've been drunk at football and sober. It still doesn't make me want to fight. Yeah, no. It's just little wannabes picking easy battles. I suppose that's true.
Yeah, I suppose that's
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah.
It spoils it, and it spoils it not for the likes of me or anybody, of kind of, you can argue, anybody that's my age range. But for the kids that are going for the first time, or the kids that we're trying to attract down there for every single game, that's where it spoils it. And we've all got to think about the facts. We're not all here forever. The future of the club is in the hands of the kids that we get down there now.
You're dead right, mate.
They're the future. They're the ones we need to encourage. We don't need to turn them away. We don't want them to go to B6. We don't want to support Liverpool or Manchester United. We want them to support the city they live in. The only way to do that is by making it attractive for them to be there. And the club have done so much with the community to get kids more involved. That those minority will end up spoiling it for those people. And that's what we need rid of. The minority, we don't want them to spoil it for the kids. We need kids to see the good side of football, not the idiocy. And people might slate me and everything else for saying it, but it has to be said. We need rid of these types of people. I want to go to the game to watch us play, to watch us fight on the pitch with the ball, not fighting outside with your fist. Pointless.
It was worse in the 80s, wasn't it?
Yes, Paul, but you know what? We're not there now. We're in 2022. We're in a very different world to when we were in the 70s, and it was worse in the 70s than the 80s, believe me, it really was. We're in a different level of society. We're in a different level of attitude, diversity, kind of living together in one big community. And you get, we're probably looking at 10 people probably spoilt the game for maybe 3,000 people. My two granddaughters were there. Two granddaughters were there. And I've got people here. All right, okay, it's not only right. Don't take that comment. They were only throwing things into the Sunderland supporters. My granddaughters were on that same level. Two little children. And like you said, they're the future.
On a positive side, let's go back to the game itself.
Yeah.
Paul, you summed it up just before we come on air that if we'd have started the game the way we played that last 20, 25 minutes, Sunderland wouldn't have had a look in.
No.
For me, they had a great... I mean, their first goal we could have avoided, but their second one, brilliant.
I mean, I don't want to sit here criticising too much because overall, this is like a bit of a mini sort of mid-season break, if you like. And overall, I'm pleased with where we are in the league, and we've got some positive results. And I don't think any of us expected to be where we are at this point, did we? But I just think that we would be even better if he went with the back four and went with a 4 diamond in the middle and two up front. A bit like Monk used to play. Monk used to have Leiftenbeld, Magoma, Gary Gardner, and Hotter behind Adams and Djukovic, and that was when we absolutely I know we held on at the end, but we absolutely destroyed QPR away. We went 4-0 up at half time, playing that, and we did hold on in the end. Cam saved the penalty, but that was the football that we played. And I just think with the players we've got now, we would be even better now with these players than what we was back then. I think if you can imagine Bielik, Hannibal, Chung, Bakuna behind Deeney and Hogan with a back two of Trusty and Sanderson. I mean, I've said it before, that is a top 10 team in my opinion. If we just took the game to the opposition a bit more and stop playing so deep with the three at the bottom. At one point, we had three centre halves against one Sunderland striker. There's no need to do that, And it's not just Blues that do it. I've watched Spurs do it. I've watched England do it all the bloody time, and it's just so annoying. It really is.
Do you think? Sorry, Paul. Do you think that's naivety on Eustace's part? Or do you think
it's over caution?
Yeah, he likes to play that way, doesn't he? And in some games, we played well with it. I don't want to, I just think that we would be even better if we did, do what we did last 20 minutes. We did it up against Burnley. We got back in the game. We did it at Blackburn at 2-0 down. How we lost that, I'll never know. But I just think if we did it from the first whistle, we'd be even better. We'd be higher up the league now. Yeah. In my opinion.
It's probably testament to the way we've been playing lately that we're a bit depressed over losing 2-1 to a pretty good side.
Yeah, I know that great goal was this one. Yeah.
I mean, it felt like a bit like after the Lord Mayor show. I know we only drew with Swansea, but that felt like a win. We were buzzing coming out of the Swansea game, and that Friday was just like a bit of after the Lord Mayor show sort of thing. I do think we looked a bit leggy though.
You know what? We've got a little break now. Get all the boys fit. Do some workouts. Do this. Do that. Do the other. Do whatever they've got to do. And then I love the togetherness. I love the spirit of that team. I love it. I love it. I've not seen it for donkeys.
No,
but we got the tactics on the team wrong on Friday. John Eustace has to learn from it. Yeah. When Chong came on that field of play, the whole dynamics changed immediately. Immediately. And Alan, just a favour. You got a really bad reflection on your glasses, mate. Can you just take them off a second? Let's have a look at you. Speak, Alan.
Hello.
Oh, you Ipkiss in disguise. Oh, you Ipkiss in disguise.
Sorry, I missed that. Am I who?
Ipkiss. Paul Ipkiss.
Is Paul your love child?
Don't listen to it, Paul.
Look, none of us expected this. Well, it's going to be Christmas now, isn't it? Really, to be where we are, we could have actually gone sixth in the table.
Yeah.
Probably we would have been sixth. We
would have stayed there as the results turned out. We'd have been there, yeah, on goal difference. But there.
Oh yes, we would, wouldn't we? Yeah, of course. Yeah,
because if we'd have won, our goal difference had gone up again. It's gone down now.
But I'm still pleased with what I'm seeing, though, Alan. I am pleased with what I'm seeing.
No, I am as well.
I haven't said it for years.
Overall, I am. Everyone knows I'm not a fan of this formation. I've said it on here 100 million times. No need for me to say it again. And even going into the World Cup, I'm looking forward to the World Cup. But I do know that as soon as I see that England team on Monday, he's going to play five at the back, I'll be moaning straight away. Especially with the players we've got in that team, in that squad. You know what I mean? Against Iran as well. It's just no need at all.
No.
But no doubt he will. No doubt Southgate will do that, and he'll go with the back three because he probably doesn't trust two of the centre halves to play together, does he? As a two, and whether that's the same at the Blues, I don't know. But as soon as Harley Dean got injured, there was no better reason really to convert to it, was there? To be honest.
No.
Oh, for you, Harry Maguire, should he have gone or should he not have gone?
I think. He's made one mistake for England in the last game against Germany overall, but he's picking players based on form for England, isn't he? Rather than, the cynic in me would say that Pickford probably shouldn't be in goal. It should be probably Ramsdale, who's top of the league. However, he's been outstanding for England. But Harry Maguire.
He was shocking Saturday. Pickford. I watched the Everton game, all over the place, like a monkey on a stick.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, what's this bloke doing?
Where did you get that saying from?
I've just pitched him going up and down like on that stick thing. Yeah, I remember those. Yeah. Unfortunately.
But yeah, you're right. He's done all right for England.
He has, and it's hard for him to drop him, isn't it? Because he's obviously done so well for us in the tournaments. And I'll say the same about Maguire as well. Obviously, he was in the team of the tournament last year, but we have been quite fortunate with the teams that we've drawn, though, haven't we, on the route to the finals that we've had? I mean, we'll never get a better chance to win the Euros than what we did last year.
Yeah.
And it just frustrates the life out of me, even now, 18 months on, thinking about that game, because we went 1-0 up early, got one on the break, and then we just sat back, didn't we, for 85 minutes and tried to hold on to it and shut up shop. Whereas if we'd have showed more ambition to get the second goal, we could have been out of sight after half an hour, couldn't we?
It could have been 2 or 3 now, yeah.
Because they were rattled when we scored.
They look pretty average, didn't they?
Yeah. They were the best team of the tournament overall. But I just think we had such an opportunity to win that last summer. And again, Croatia in the World Cup as well, It was just a great opportunity that we shouldn't have let pass by. But,
unfortunately, all those opportunities have now gone.
Yeah, you move on.
Honest, right? Yeah. I'm going in with an open mind, right?
Yeah.
I haven't got a clue what time the games are going to kick off.
1 o'clock Monday.
1 o'clock Monday, yeah.
What, in the afternoon?
Yeah.
Great.
And following Friday, following Friday is 7 o'clock against the USA on the 25th. And then I think it's the 29th we play Wales.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and that'll be at 7 o'clock as well. But I think overall, it's been a decent start to the season for us at Blues now. Obviously, I'm on about, and let's see how we go when they all regroup. And this little break has come at a great time for us, hasn't it? Really, to get a bit of a, recharge the batteries and go again. Is it the 10th of December we play again against Blackpool?
Blackpool, yeah.
Next time.
But yeah, let's see how we go. I mean,
our allocation, by the way, Paul. Did you hear that? You know that?
Yeah.
Blackpool have increased our allocation for tickets away.
Yeah.
I think 400 and something.
Yeah, somebody asked earlier about Joe Bellingham and our opinions on that and on him. And I mean, I don't want to completely hang him out to dry. He's only a young kid learning his trade, and you can see he's got ability when he gets the ball. But I just didn't see the need to start him in that game. It was quite a big game for us trying to get into 6th in the league. And,
I thought Jordan James would have started, or like I said, off air, Hall.
George Hall. If Chong wasn't up for starting, not forget whoever's like probably at 90% fit, they've got a little break now, obviously. So let them just you're not going to burn them out, are you? You're just playing them for one more game and then going into the break. But
Hogan's put out the Ireland squad, hasn't he?
Yeah.
But just little things like that.
Yeah, I mean, he had a good one-on-one, didn't he, Hogan? And
should have heard it.
Goalkeeper made a couple of worldies though on Friday night. Did, yeah. I mean, he was proper on fire. Albeit he loved his time wasting, and as did the rest of that team. But going back to Job for me, it was the wrong game to put him in. I agree. I think to start. Do I think he'll stand out? I still saw just a few touches and his vision that actually it reminded me so much of watching his brother. Just his placement of some of the balls and the way he was knocking it forwards. He wasn't afraid to get forwards either, which is again a trait of Jude. Just probably a couple of months, maybe too early for a start. Keep him on the bench. I think he's a great player to still bring off the bench. Let's see how things go to see whether he gets his start again afterwards.
I would have started George.
I can't knock Eustace because we're in the best position we've been in for donkeys. This time easy, you know what I mean? I can't. He can perhaps take a little bit of a knock for not analysing what that game was going to be and how Sunderland would come at us and one thing or another. But I said to Sharon when we were up there, right, because we were literally 4 seats back, and the Sunderland supporters were down here, and the noise was deafening. And I said to Sharon, I said, if we can shut them up early, we'll win this game. We didn't. We couldn't.
Yeah. Coming back to your question, Nick, about Harry Maguire, based on club form, absolutely not. He shouldn't be on that plane. Obviously, he's lost his place in the Man United team, and his form for them has been pretty terrible, hasn't it? Really, recently. But you know, there's just something about him in tournaments. He just seems to, and also I think that's why Southgate probably does play a back three, because he's better on the left in a back three than in a back four, isn't he? But me personally, if it was up to me, I would play a back four, and I would play Ben White with John Stones as the two centre halves, with you know, Trippier right back until bit, and then Luke Shaw left back, and I'd have Declan Rice sitting in front of him with Bellingham and James Madison. I'd have James Madison with him as well, and I'd also have Foden on the left, Kane up front, and Saka on the right. That'd be my team.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's interesting you use the word about England. Oh, we never had a bit of opportunity. You used it twice, and I'm thinking to myself, is he talking about the Blues? Because we've had two opportunities this week, and we haven't taken them. Now we can all pontificate about why, and you know, are the players tired, and the fixtures, blah 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 blah. But we had two great opportunities this week, and we didn't take them. And we're sort of content with the fact. Well, if you'd have offered this in July when we started, we'd have taken it. And I agree 100%. You know, wonderful. But it's frustrating when you know you just could have been a bit better. You just could have been a bit better. You know, I've said this before. I like our team. I like the people in it. I like the people on the bench. And I look at other teams. I watch the so-called best two teams on Sunday, Burnley and Blackburn. Wasn't a great game. And I'm thinking, who stood out? Well, I can't remember his name now. The Blackburn forward who gets a lot of goals with us.
Oh, Diaz.
Yeah, him. He stands out. Burnley, you know, can't remember any of them. And they're they're best two. And I think we ain't far behind them.
No, we're not. No.
You know, and I'd rather have Chong, and I'd rather have Hannibal, and I'd rather have Trusty than anybody, and Bielik. I can't think of players that I'd look around the division and say, well, they've got a better bloke than us there. Now they might, you know, there might be other positions where they have, but our best players are better than the best players of other teams.
Let's include Ruddy, Alan.
And Ruddy, yes, absolutely. I think he's the best goalie in the division, easy.
I'm sure we'll come on to marks on Hannibal, but first of all, I just want to mark his corners, and I'm going to give him 2 out of 10 for his corners.
Yeah, mate, they were awful.
His corners are dreadful.
I can't even clear the first match. Every time. I mean, we took against Swansea. How many corners did he take against Swansea? We must have had about 13 corners, I think, against Swansea, and the only one he didn't take, we scored from Bakuna, didn't he?
Yeah. I think he tries too hard, to be honest.
Yeah, I think you could be right.
He's running around like a blue-ass fly, and he's too enthusiastic at times. You know, pace yourself, son. You know, don't fly into every tackle. You know, you're getting bookings every week, and you have to be hauled off when we need you the most. You know, it's just calm down a bit. You know, show us your skills, but don't.
He's a good player overall. Don't be wrong. He's a good player.
Yeah, of course, and he troubles the opposition. That's the thing. He troubles the opposition.
Like a monkey on a stick.
Like a monkey on a
stick. That's got to be down to the coaching staff to take him aside and say, look, mate, video here. This is you, right? Boom. I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to do that. I want you to use your skill, your feet, your mind, all right? And everything else, but I don't want you to do that.
Yeah.
Mind you, funny you should say that, because against Swansea, it looked like it calmed it down, like something a bit taken away from him. You know what I mean? He was quite placid, I thought, against Swansea.
Nigel Mann
has said back on Friday.
Sorry, Mark. Nigel Mann said on the shout box, Hannibal reminds him of Wayne Rooney regarding his aggression, and he needs to control it on the pitch. Which the other week there was that article that apparently he'd been told to calm it down. Actually, I kind of like the aggression. It's got to be in that controlled way. And let your feet do the talking rather than your mouth, because it's his mouth that's got him into trouble and bookings over the past couple of games. However, he took an absolute battering again Friday night. snidey tackles and things off the ball were ridiculous, and no wonder it winds him up.
Yeah,
I think this tells you how much we've improved. You know, you could probably name five or six players that could be player of the season so far, and I probably wouldn't argue with you about any of them.
Yeah, right.
Season, our player of the season stopped playing for us in December.
Yeah,
that's right.
That's how much we've improved. And you know, George Hall obviously can't get in this team from the start. And again, that tells you how good the players are we've got, because I think he is, you know, could be star quality. I mean, Tim Faraday's just said there, how good is George Hall? You know, he's an absolute star quality. Leeds bound, maybe, I don't know, I hope not, but you know, he looks like he's definitely got a future ahead of him. But yeah, I mean, that for what I've just said there about player of the season,
I want him to have a future at Birmingham City Football Club. I don't want him to have a future anywhere else. We've got to start keeping hold of our best players. Yeah,
but if he's one of our best players, obviously, and he can't get in the team, then that tells you something, doesn't it? You know, we've got quality coming off the bench as well as on the pitch. You know, it's good. We've got a bit of strength in depth, and if we can in January, I'd like to get a striker with, you know, with pace. If we can find one somewhere that can finish, you know, so it's like another Shay Adams would be great.
Well, I mean, there's that rumour again, Paul, about you know, about Lyle coming back, Lyle Taylor. But that's a load of
that ship sailed now, Mark. I think.
Yeah, I'm glad you said ship. Yeah, I
say ship. Sure.
I can't see for a minute him, you know, fitting in, or you know, that boat's gone.
I mean, I think a new Shay Adams is probably a bit, you know, wishful thinking, but I'd settle for another DJ Campbell, or you know what I mean, someone like that who came in and scored a few goals for us at this level. You know, we got him from the lower leagues, and he was quick as anything, wasn't he? And
let's have a do Gary.
That'd be nice.
Do you think we might go back to this Chesterfield lad? He's still scoring.
Possibly, yeah. Why not?
Maybe.
Yeah, I like Deeney and Hogan as a pair, and obviously Djukovic does well when he comes on, but I just think we need somebody who gives us something a bit different up front, and obviously what we haven't got with any of those three is pace, is it?
Pace.
Yeah. There could be something at the World Cup, you know. There could be you know, someone at the World Cup who might stick out. I think Plachetta's more or less, well, he's back in January, isn't he, Plachetta?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an interesting one. Yeah. You know, same as who turns up after the World Cup. And you look at the team at the moment. Right, firstly, nobody's running away with this league. Nobody at all. So, for me, rather than it being at Christmas choosing who's going to be, you know, top of the league or in the playoffs, it's looking more like actually now who's going to have the better transfer window that's going to strengthen their team enough to then go that next level up. And I don't know whether we will spend, but I think Plachetta for me. Have we what, Nick?
What'd you say, Nick?
I've got money to spend.
I think if the right people came along, they might do. And actually, you know, again, rumours are rumours. They always happen with fans.
I'm on about and all that, you know, because we've like had points deducted and all that.
Financial fair play, though, isn't it? We should be well inside the financial fair play rule for us based on our spend over the past couple of seasons.
Okay.
I can't see us getting points deducted now with the people we've got. You know, obviously, I think that now is ancient history, to be honest, and the person that caused most of that is no longer in the club, thank God. So, you know, I'd like to think now we're going to start to move forward more positively and, you know, spend a bit of money on the team. But here's a question for you. Could we do a Thierry Henry with George Hall and turn him into a striker?
Do you know what? I'm thinking that was
Could we
possibly.
Got pace to burn. You know, I've seen him finish as well. His goal against Watford showed an instinctive finish. So maybe if you put him through the middle and give him a chance there, could he save us some money on a striker possibly?
Maybe.
I mean, all the rumours that are circulating, and again, we go back to it being rumours, they always happen this time of the year, is that actually we were trying to form a package to bring both of the defenders that we have on loan to us on a permanent deal. Now, Trusty, for me, I think if we got him, it'd be absolutely superb, but I think it might just be a little bit too early. Whereas I do believe we could do something with Sanderson. And that's the reason we couldn't get him permanently. And I think Wolves might listen because they're in a situation where they need to offload players before they can bring in. So they might listen to a cheeky offer. And
Craig, what about Bielik as well? Did we get him? Do you reckon?
Oh, Bielik's been in, hasn't he?
Superb.
Bielik to me it's the World Cup will be the tide turner for Bielik. If he has an absolute storming World Cup, which based on what we've seen on the pitch, he is capable of doing, then the issue we will have is he's got less than 12 months left on his contract.
Do we know? Sorry, Craig. Do we know if he's in Poland's starting 11 though? Does he actually start for Poland? Is he in the strongest 11?
I don't think he is. To be honest, Paul. I think he's in the squad, but I don't think he's a starter. I'm pretty sure,
That's not bad news then, is it really? For
That's
us?
not a bad thing, no. Yeah.
My vast knowledge of Polish football, I've got contact that.
Alan Alan, you know.
I don't think he's in the first 11, no. But he would. I mean, that allows to use as all the people in the squad to choose for the substitute. So, but if it was a 18 or 17 or 18 squad, he'd be in that. I don't know how to take it, to be honest. If it has too good a tournament, is somebody else going to come along and snap him up? To be honest, I'd rather him sit on the bench for the whole month and come back to us fit.
Yeah. Right, no, yeah, certainly couldn't agree more.
We're just rewriting the Birmingham City book of history. No, we get somebody who's absolutely brilliant, and they go get somebody brilliant, and they go get somebody. Anyway, changing tact just slightly for the moment. Right, a beautiful old gentleman walked onto the pitch at St Andrews on Friday for our remembrance service. Now that's a very poignant thing in our house, as Sharon's lad was killed out in Afghanistan. And I purposely took her on Friday, right? Because I told her year after year, oh man, that was just off the scale, amazing. Like the silence, the lights go down, the poppies were falling down on the big screen, and you could hear a pin drop. Well, all I could hear was about 6 morons. You absolutely filthy, disrespectful. I'll get thrown up there. Right, okay. Come on, guys. It's a minute a year, 1 minute a year, and all you've got to do is shut your mouth.
Were these people around, Nick, or were they people that were outside?
Mate, you know what? With my hearing issues, Paul, I think it came from behind the cop, like in the concourses.
Yeah, so they didn't know.
I struggle with massive tinnitus, right?
I heard it as well, and I thought, well, it's people outside that don't know what's going on inside.
Yeah, we could hear it from the front of the Gilmerick. It was
Could be.
I can tell you now, Paul. Right, if you're outside a football stadium and it's all silent, there's a reason for it.
Yeah. Can I just say, Nick, having watched it on TV, I mean, I was there last year, and that was breathtaking last year. But this year, you got the TV covering it, and it was you were proud to be a member, a part of Birmingham City. It was so good. It televised really well, and they made a note of the fact that John Ruddy went and shook the hands of all those soldiers and the old fella before we started. It was, almost brought me to tears. It was so good, and I thankfully you didn't get to hear. All you got to hear was a minute's silence, and it was a minute's silence on television. So I suggest that these people were outside the ground, or certainly in the concourses.
No, they've been in the concourses, minimum.
Yeah.
It was good. It came across really well.
Here's an idea, right? If next time it happens, or next time we do it next year, on the screens in the concourses, just put up on the screen, minute silence in operation.
Yeah, simple.
Yeah.
Simple as
walking
that.
Concourses, they know that in the ground, the minute silence is in operation.
Right, here you go, Paul. Right, I'll turn around. Right, there's our wall of remembrance. Yep, that's Sharon's son there in the middle, and that light only lights up on the 11th of the 11th. It'll go off tonight. It lights up on his birthday. It will go off on New Year's Day, birthday 5th of December, and it will light up on the day that he was killed. Right? Any of those people want to come and see me, right? I'll point them in the right direction. I'll show them what grief is. You're very welcome. And for somebody to do that to Sharon's son's memorial stone last week, an abomination of what humanity is about. We're nearly onto you. I've nearly bottomed out who it is. And when I do, believe me, the book is going to be thrown at you. I promise you. You upset that woman so much. And Remembrance Week, and you go and do that to a memorial stand. You filthy, horrible people.
Just getting back to the game, Anthony Hill on YouTube says, "Hi lads, Hannibal reminds me of Robbie Savage. Bags of energy, never stops running, always in the face of the opposition."
Have we got marks?
Can I just say, in the England squad, Jude Bellingham has been given the number 22 shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
It's been retired.
I wonder which commercial enterprise has thought that up.
Hollywood Monster.
No.
Who's the England shirt manufacturer? Because that's what it was all about in the original one. Yes, Birmingham had one. I don't know, it was Adidas, wasn't it, when he was there?
Yeah.
And then they went to Dortmund, and we want to sell Nike shirts now with 22 on. And now who we got? Whoever it is, I don't know. Probably Nike again. And it's his brand now. I mean, Beckham did. Beckham had the same thing. He was 7 for Manchester United, but he was 23 for England, and he said, "Oh, it's the same number as Michael Jordan had," which I think is right. And it's all part of the marketing now. You know, this business about we retiring the shirt. I never bought that for 1 minute. You know, it was an agreement with Dortmund. You know, he's our number 22 and he was your number 22, and we don't want pictures of him with number 24 on or whatever. You know.
Yeah, but that's the first time he's been given the number for England.
It is.
So that's good. But coming back onto Friday night, do we not think that, you know, the Tampera's had its day now, and Keep Right On obviously should be played every time we come out, not just on special occasion?
I love the slow version.
The slow version is fantastic.
It gets the
pointing in it.
They all finish everyone finishes the song off obviously when it stopped playing.
Yeah.
That's just a much better build up to the game.
Definitely, yeah.
I mean, than the Tampera now. I just think the Tampera's at its day, innit? I think.
Yeah.
I love the fact we play you with food for thought right at the end.
Oh, that's fantastic. I think that's quite atmospheric as well, isn't it?
It's just it just brings up memories of the Carling Cup final and everything else.
Yeah.
I love it.
My dad was over the moon because he heard the Beatles in St Andrews for the first time in God knows how many years. Before playing the
Were they live?
They're the people. Are they the ones that's been eating the stand away?
Yeah, but no, I mean, you know, a lot of thoughts going into these things, isn't it? And I just think that if we came out to Keep Right On the slow version every game, I just think that it would be.
That was super, mate. That was proper blues. I promise you, proper blues.
But it'd be
what was the Beatles song?
I can't remember, Alan. You know,
not Hey Jude.
No, it wasn't.
Help!
Hey Jude.
Help!
Someone might be able to help me out with this. Who was there at that time as
well? He's actually watching Richard Golding. I think he might be in charge of the records there. I don't know.
Yeah, but
Richard, I'm begging you. I am begging you. Please get somebody to sort the PA system out in the gym up. All I could hear was.
I think that's your tinnitus, probably.
What number was he, Nick?
Sharon. Or it might be Sharon, actually.
That next to Bulgarian.
I feel sorry. I feel sorry, right?
No.
For the guy on the microphone. If we can't even put the right equipment in so that people can hear him,
Yeah.
Michael Woods, great shout, Michael Woods. Please,
Michael.
can fans sing the correct words to keep right on? We are often partisan. We are not off to partisan.
But and we're not, and it's not. Go on, it's not off.
Oh, this one great means Chris. Go on, Chris.
Yeah. I was going to say we're not off to park the van.
And, no, this
not,
one.
But it's not VR.
Keep right on till the end of the road. It is to
the end of the road.
And there were people singing till, and I oh God, I wanted to buy him a burger.
But it's not we are though, is it? It's not we are off to partisan. It's we're off.
We're.
Yeah. Completely wrong. Yeah.
Nick, Mike wants to know: was it Mr. Blobby that was being played on the tannoy?
Come on, look, Blues. Look, you open the GM up there. We pay our money, £30 a ticket. So that costs. Hey, here you go. Here's my family. Adam came from Derby, Scott came from Wellington, I came from Utopster, right? That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's £120 in petrol, right? Before we start. Lila, whose birthday it is today, happy birthday, sweetheart, I love you loads. She had a football bought her and bought probably 30 quid's worth of stuff from the club shop. And then by the time we've had a beer at £5.50 a pint, and you're into like 200 quid, maybe more.
Oh, yeah.
It was good. Now, Chris, answer my question, right? We've had technical issues on this show over the years, right? But like you can hear it at least, can't you? You can understand it. There have been times where heaven knows why the internet goes off in Solihull, one of the richest places in the world. Or is it just your house? I don't know. But you just cannot hear a thing. Sharon looked at me and she says, "What the hell is that?" I said, "That's my apology."
Can I do an early prediction thing, please? So I want 2 predictions from the team and our viewers. So who's going to win the World Cup? Not going to be England. Then where will we finish in the World Cup? How will we get on in people's opinions?
Okay.
For me,
yeah, go on.
Right?
Yeah, go on.
There'll be a Ryanair plane, right, with sandwiches that they can buy and a toilet that they can pay £5 to go and have away, right? I don't think we're going to get anywhere, Paul. I promise you.
But we'll get out of the group. We're going to get out of the group.
I think, to be honest, Paul, I think first question I'll still stick by Argentina. I've just got this funny feeling Argentina, and I think we'll get to the quarterfinals.
Okay.
Because I think
France.
Sorry, I think. I was going to say we could meet France at some point.
Yeah, well,
I honestly, I've just got this funny feeling for Argentina. Don't know why.
Yeah, I've got a feeling France might win it this time. I mean, have you seen their squad? It's ridiculous. And Benzema's back as well now, so they're even better than Giroud up front in the last World Cup. Obviously, they ain't got Pogba or Kante, but they've still got great midfielders. So I think France will win it, and England, I reckon, probably. Well, obviously, if we come up against France in the round of 16, then it'll be the round of 16. But hopefully, we won't. And quarterfinals, semi-finals, maybe.
Yeah. Do we think Southgate will be finished regardless?
Yes.
Yeah.
No. No. If we do badly, I think it'll be finished. Right. Look, Evan even thinks that we win it. Right. And we've not done that since 1966, which I can still remember. Let me just.
But here's one though.
Don't do well.
Why can't we?
Gotta go.
Why can't we win it?
Because we don't play to our strengths. Our weakness is defending.
And we play. I look at the group stage.
And we've had manager men all through the year since the 80s, early 90s when I stopped going. Right, can't be done with that.
All our best players are attacking players, aren't they? Pretty much. And we don't.
Absolutely right, Paul. Absolutely right. And the defence is not good enough.
Exactly.
Not good enough. Simple as that. No matter we have the people we have picked. You can't name. Oh, hang on. Why wasn't he picked? Or why wasn't who? The only person that we probably just we all agree should have been in was Ivan Toney, and he's an attacker. You know, is there a goalkeeper that should have gone in that 3? No. Is there is there a defender somewhere? You know, oh, we've left him out. We shouldn't have done that. No, and we got more midfielders than we can shake a stick at, and we can't find a combination that works properly. And
is the monkey on that stick though?
I mean, we've got a generational talent in Foden and Bellingham there, and if we do play to their strengths, we could be very dangerous. Obviously, you know, Kane will start banging him in again, and you know, Saka's outstanding as well on the right. You know, and I would put James Maddison with Bellingham, like I've already said, because he gives you that something different, and he can score a direct.
Yeah.
He can take corners. He scores direct free kicks, and
but he's going to be new to the scene.
Yeah, I know. But sometimes there's always a player in the World Cup that comes in the 11th hour and does well for them, don't they?
Hopefully, Maddison,
yeah.
But
so
for me, playing Jude in the middle, and he could be. If you look at all the other teams that we've got to go up against, right, they're going to be thinking to themselves, right, they've watched him and he's a playmaker. He will break things down, but he's also goes forward. Now, if they mark him out the game, that frees up. And Paul, I agree with you, Maddison, right? And with him going forwards, he can put in a ball, he can score a goal. And this is the thing, you know, we've got, it's fair to say, midfield, I think is possibly our strongest midfield for a long time going into a tournament. I actually feel as though it's stronger than the Euros. And in the Euros, our midfield won us a lot of games because of the way that they broke stuff down and got forwards. Now, my head says England won't go further than the quarterfinal. My heart says that if we get into that final 16 and we play France, right? If we were to beat France, then arguably we've got nobody to stop us going forwards then. And I could see us getting. I can see England getting to the final.
You're recording this, Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it, right? If the prediction happens, I'll tell you what, I'll give you the lottery numbers afterwards, but just a week later. But no, I mean, we could do this. And the defence, Harry Maguire, we've talked about, right? But Harry Maguire turns up for England in tournaments. I agree.
Mate, if we win this, right, I'm going to come around your house and give you a kiss on that forehead.
I'll wash it before you come round.
Paul, you won't be able to reach up there, mate.
It'd be like Fabien Barthez and Laurent Blanc.
I'll put it out there. My prediction is I fancy us to win it. I fancy us to surprise a few teams and for us to win it. That's what Chris thinks.
I'll be able to cope if we won it. I've got 2 weeks off after the 16th, so you know I'll break up for Christmas on the 16th. So if we did win it, I'd have 2 weeks to celebrate. I'd even forget it was Christmas, to be honest.
Right, question for the team. Question for the team. What do you think about Sepp Blatter's comments that this was a mistake and should never have been played in Qatar after allegedly he's lined his little silver pocket with a lot of money, ladies and gentlemen?
Totally agree.
And that's only my thoughts. That's not the thoughts of the Tilton Talk Show. So
No.
Get lost. Sepp Blatter is filth.
He is, yeah. It's all about money, isn't it, really? It was mentioned earlier on the shoutbox, really. It's a bit of an elephant in the room, isn't it, as well? You know, it's the regime.
So sorry. Explain what an elephant in the room is.
You don't know? Oh, you'll have to look that one up. It's nothing to do with a monkey on a stick, put it that way.
My mum always used to say now then. Was it now or was it then? I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, let's talk about the brutal regime. Has anybody got any thoughts on the Qatar regime? What it stands for regarding homosexuality, LGBT? Women playing football as a whole, not allowed.
Does it matter what age, what colour, what sexual orientation somebody is when they turn up and kick a ball? If they're playing for your country, it makes no difference.
To you, Craig, to me, Craig, to Paul Craig, to Watto Craig, to Chris Craig and to Mark Craig, We totally agree with you. However, there is another society with another set of beliefs, which we don't get and we don't understand. When in Rome, do what the Romans do.
It's the wrong time, wrong place.
Yeah.
Why? It's only a small place, Qatar, and you got six or seven stadiums.
Alan. There you go.
Sorry.
There you go.
That's yes, absolutely.
And allegedly corruption.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the human rights situation.
It's awful.
Have you ever been? If anybody's ever been to a Middle East country, particularly a Muslim country, you basically you do you know, when in Rome you do as the Romans do. You don't do things to attract your attention to yourself. I've been to Kuwait. Fortunately, in Kuwait, the British are and the Americans are loved because we got them out the mess years ago. But woe betide you if you go against their customs, or if you're allowed to have it. Well, you're not actually, but you're told if you have alcohol in your house, right, you won't get arrested. But if you drink it, you have to have a cover on your glass. So if anybody walks past the window and sees you having a drink, they don't know what's in it. Now,
question for you.
Exactly. Well, that would have
What's
to.
in that, Alan? What is in it?
Have a sock on it.
What is in it?
And what?
What is in that?
Well, I don't
Looks
know.
like petrol.
You can't tell if it's alcohol or not, can you?
It doesn't matter. When you're in a place like that, and you're English, it would be assumed. Yeah, I know it's Coke.
Yeah.
It would be assumed that it's, and they would knock the door and say, well,
okay, yeah. So the other argument is that there are people that live and are born in Qatar. What about them? I mean, you can be sentenced to death if you're a Muslim.
Yeah.
If you're a Muslim and homosexual.
What was that question? Because I missed one word out of it. I want to get it.
I was just saying, in Qatar, if you're a Muslim and you live in Qatar and you are born there, you could be sentenced to death for being homosexual.
Really?
Yeah.
Sentenced to death. You'll get a minimum of 18 years, but there you go. Just for having a sexual orientation.
Across the world, in any situation, have the right to sentence somebody else to the final moments of their life. Huh?
That's another debate.
Anyway,
talking of debates about the World Cup, can I just add in? Sorry, Joe Lycett, right?
Oh, what a legend!
Absolute brilliance. And if people haven't seen his video, I encourage everybody to have a look. It's on Twitter. I've seen it on Facebook and Instagram now.
Which is charged.
This guy was brilliant. What he said is, in short, I'm calling out David Beckham. David Beckham, who reportedly is being paid 10 million. I think it's dollars, might be pounds.
Be an ambassador, yeah.
To be an ambassador. And Joe Lycett has offered £1,000 instead of £1 million. So basically £10,000, which he will donate to LGBT plus, or as he puts it, queer people in football, if David Beckham gives up that ambassadorial role. If he doesn't, then basically he said he's going to shred that 10 grand along with David Beckham's whole following of gay people because of the work that he has done. He believes he will lose all of that support if Beckham doesn't give it up. Now, I look at it this way, that guy's worth about 150, 200 million pounds, if not more. Why does he need 10 million pounds to be an ambassador? To go out and do that?
Greed.
Sorry, Chris Browne. I've done this for 11 years now. That's 11 million quid you owe me.
Yeah. Greed.
But you know
You're
what
just
I mean?
being greedy.
You know what I mean? If I got paid for doing this, it wouldn't be the same because I wouldn't have the same desire. I wouldn't have the same passion, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would be a numpty that has been paid to say, oh, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the blinking Tilton Talk Show. It's Monday night at 6:30. Oh, we've got what? Oh, we've got bloody Craig and Mr. Hipkins.
That actually sounded quite good, Nick.
It did.
Nick,
Next week.
I can categorically tell you now, Nick, you'd never get paid for this.
I have had, mate, I promise you, I have had one bite off your cat, 2 wasabi in 12 years now.
They're still there, the wasabi piece.
Anyway, let's move on.
Can I just hang on? Can I just give a name
on.
drop here? Joe Lycett's dad, David, big mate of mine.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, Mark's on Hannibal then, Mark.
My Mark's out of 10, is it, this week?
Yeah.
I won't upset the apple cart, but I'm gonna go for a solid 7. 7 out of 10 for me.
I'd agree with
The
that.
lad's got some learning to do.
and Mark, what would you score Hannibal on his kiss on the forehead for Brenda, which is totally and utterly
Oh,
made
when
her,
that happens, yeah.
Oh,
that was
yeah.
class, that was.
I've actually got that at the beginning.
Yeah, I saw Brent because it happened right by us. So yeah, well, he could shoot up to a 9.
And have we got squad games this week or no?
We've had nobody volunteer at the moment, so just a shout out. We put out there earlier on. We want somebody to come on and to challenge Paul for a special squad game that will be in and around England squads. I have 2 selected. So if you are interested in challenging Paul, please give us a shout and we'll get in touch with you to arrange it to come
Can I
on.
do it? Can I do it? Can I do it?
We said challenge him, Nick. Challenge him. That's the key word.
I can't even remember getting up this morning, to be honest with you.
James Browne has just said we should charge Nick to come on the show.
I feel good.
Going back to Joe Lycett for a second. He's from King's Heath, isn't he?
All green.
All green.
Yeah.
Underrated 1 to 11. I know we got the whole team, but are we going to do a manager as well?
Joe Lycett in goal.
yeah.
Joe Lycett left back. Joe Lycett right back.
Are we doing a manager as well? Underrated manager? Anyone? Have we had any underrated managers?
Good shout. An underrated one. An underrated manager.
Right,
Have you got any
look,
ideas?
this is going to be really controversial, yeah? And I'm going to go for Zola if he'd have been left to his own devices.
I've never heard
That's
of
controversial.
That's caused a stony silence. No.
Do you know what? I think we've got
Had he have been left to
Got a
it,
point.
I think he could have made a difference. I do think he could have made a difference.
Well, I could see what he was trying to do.
Then coaching back at Chelsea, one of the biggest teams in the country.
Yeah, he got Watford to the playoff final as well, didn't he? You know, I could see what he was trying to do. But, you know, he just didn't have the players to do it, did he? They just weren't up for that style of play. And to go from kind of
He
like...
had a team, Paul, that could not play the football that he was told to play. They could not. They had a team which was 4-2.
Yeah. So we'll go with the most votes on the shout box, obviously, like we always do. But
Karanka.
Gavin Noon said Rabbit, which is not a bad shout. You know, he was really good for us, wasn't he?
Yeah, but he wasn't underrated, though, was he?
No, he wasn't underrated. A lot of
hard,
people
isn't
thought he was a god, wasn't he? A lot of them.
What was the Spaniard's name? Pepe.
Clotet.
Clotet.
Oh, Pep Clotet.
I think he was underrated. He had some. I can remember before the lockdown, we went on a 10 match unbeaten run, and we thought he was.
And the 5th round of the cup as well.
That's right. Yeah, I mean that's a cup run for us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
5th
Get
round.
to half time, a goal up. That's a cup run for us in the 3rd round.
No, I'm not telling this. I'm asking Lee Clark. I mean, he spotted some good players for us.
Mate, I tell you,
Yeah.
Lee Clark on this show, right? You could see that he had the desire, he had the passion, he just did not have the resources. right? And when he jumped into that crowd and he was going, it's for you, 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 right? And he jumped into a crowd of football fans. Wow. No more passion.
I remember Crystal Palace away under Clark and
the 4-0.
Yeah, we did have some good moments. And he was putting a decent side together, but then he had to send all his best players because obviously, like now, all of our best players were on loan. And if you remember, we had to send Lingard, Byrne, Bartley. They all went back, didn't they?
They all went back, yeah.
Have anybody in the same street to replace them with?
Leading on the shout box.
Yeah.
Terry Cooper.
Yeah.
What a lovely man. Well, I'm up here. Right, Birmingham City were playing a village up to 5 miles away where the JCB factory is here, Roaster, right? And he was in the bar, and I said, hey, Terry, you want a beer? He said, yeah, get me a pint. Right, so I bought them. He didn't get me one back, type this to get, right?
Document, what do you expect?
But where he met Mark Sale. He met Mark Sale on that night playing for a village football team for a charity do pre-season, right? And signed him up. And of course, Mark sadly had testicular cancer and had to quit the game. I see him regularly, to be honest with you. He still plays darts in the pubs around there.
Clark's now coming to the running very much.
If you can get Mark Sale on the show, boom, do it. Because I think a massive point.
No, Lee Clark's, I think that's my vote as well, to be honest.
Taylor has said Barry Fry is underrated. He could have taken us further if he'd have had more backing for players.
Barry wasn't underrated. Barry was just a comedian, right? Who we love.
Legend.
Like we're Birmingham fans, right? We'll fall in love with a nutter any day of the week, mate. It's brilliant because, like, if you're eccentric, right, we love you. That's it. That's just it.
I think he's still buying us players, I think.
Yeah.
No one's told him.
Funny we'd have listened to him about Ivan Toney, when he was obviously told us.
Yeah.
He was recommending Ivan Toney to us before he went to Brentford.
Michael Woods has said Lee Clark. He actually built 2 good teams in one season.
Yeah, Gary Pendry is a good shout as well. Another manager with no money to spend. Lee Carsley, I thought that was quite a good one.
And of course, a lot of our younger listeners, Chris, won't actually know that Sir Matt Busby was our manager, the winner of the 1966 World Cup final.
You mean Alf Ramsey?
Alf Ramsey, sorry. I'm not very clever.
Oh, yes. Every week he gets worse.
That one. I'm not a hip kiss, right? I don't. Right, hang on. I'll shave my head for next week if I can get it right.
Matt Busby.
Oh, go away! I embarrassed myself next week. Right, we're next week. We're the show tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and we've agreed as a team that tonight is going to be anything to do with football and names of countries and football.
Okay.
Suggestions of yeah.
Countries.
This was quite a good one.
Yeah,
down to you.
Tony Salt, he achieved more than people realise. He did, didn't he? He got us to a cup final, and he was robbed in that, and he was so unlucky not to get us promoted. When with the injuries he had with Furlong, and Paul Furlong's the main one that sticks out with injuries for me. If we could have kept him fit for a whole season, I think we probably would have.
I'm so sorry, Paul. My you can go down. Who was that?
Trevor Francis.
Yeah. You know what? You could see the tears in his eyes, but he wanted to take that team off, right, and be done with it and say, this is it, finish, I'm done, right? And you could see the tears welling up in that man's eyes. Bit of a shame that he wants to charge the Tilton Talk Show £2,000 to come on to talk to us.
Are we doing squad game then? Does anyone here want to take?
No.
Mark? Alan?
Hey?
Not on England, no.
England?
Actually, Paul.
Go on, Mark.
Go on then. Go on. I'll probably lose, but I'll give it a go. Go on.
Yeah, no, you definitely will lose.
Ding! You're going
down. Just before I go into some of the squads,
I'll go down fighting.
Let's have a look at some of the ones that have come through. So we've got Denmark Ward.
Denmark Ward, yeah.
Yeah, we've got Peter, Czechoslovakia.
Oh! Better check.
Scotland, Sinclair. Actually, unfortunately, Scotland aren't in the World Cup, so we can't class them, I don't think, can we?
Nah. Have they ever?
Nigel Mann, just to keep in with the theme, and it's nothing to do with actual people or places, but he said,
I've got one. Hang on, I've got one.
Gary
You
Monkey on a
ready?
stick.
You ready?
Come on, quick.
Got the chocolate.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry.
Was it? Rubbish.
We've also got John Spain.
Oh, I like that one.
I like that.
Yeah. Holland. who
Overfemi
used to play for
Martins.
Blues.
Chris Holland.
Chrissy Holland.
Overfemi Martins, I love that one.
Pepe New Guinea. Nicky Sweden. That one's good. I like that one.
That's a good one. What about Trevor Francis? Francis.
Chris, can we play the wah 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 ooh for that one?
No. Oh.
We've had Japan Stam.
Japan,
Yap Stam.
Okay.
Martin Spanger.
Right, name and shame. Who did that one?
Yeah, that one, I'm claiming that one. That's me.
Oh dear.
Oh yes, Ray Hobro, France Kudru.
France Kudru.
I like it.
Pakistan Lazaridis.
Brilliant.
Hey, listen, guys, we've got to say well done to England cricket team today for winning the World Championships. Well done. Well done. Well done.
Yeah, and the wheelchair people as well.
I'm not a cricket fan myself, you know, but there you go. But and you win some, then hey ho.
I watched it yesterday morning, bursting with pride when it finished. I was worried for a minute. I'm not going to lie. When they started to get a couple of wickets and we didn't look like we were going to knock them runs off at one point, did we? The run rate was quite a bit higher than the balls we had left, wasn't it? At one point.
Who did we play for?
Pakistan.
Pakistan Lazaridis.
Go on then, Craig. Hit us with squad game. Who am I going up against?
Mark.
So it's Paul. It's you up against Mark. So congratulations, Paul. You've done really well.
Yeah. Easy prize.
So I guess let's be nice, and we'll put the loser first. So Mark, do you want to go first? Yeah.
That's just a general statement for the loser.
No, it's truth.
So Mark, if you want to go first,
I'll go third.
You don't want to go third. Looking for players in the England squad in 1994.
Hey, we weren't in it.
Did it then?
We didn't state that it was going to be a World Cup. We just said England squads.
Yeah. That's a bummer, isn't it?
Switch Google off, Mark.
So it's the England squad that failed to qualify in the qualifiers, isn't it? I guess from 1993.
Okay, so you ready, Mark?
Go on then, as good as I'll ever be. Go on.
Okay, you got Google up? Ready?
No.
Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Seaman, Ian Wright, Stuart Pearce, David Batty, Paul Ince, Paul Gascoigne, Martin Keown, Keith Curl, John Barnes, David Platt, Alan Smith, Gary Lineker. No, Lineker was finished by then.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Paul Parker.
How did you get, Craig?
Go 4.
Really? Oh, there you go.
4. I thought he did better than that.
That's not too bad.
What you did better.
I've got you as 4, mate. And just to give you some other names that were in the squad, so you've got Tim Flowers.
Yeah.
You've got Rob Jones.
Yeah.
Gary Pallister. Steve Bold.
Des Walker.
Des
Walker.
Andy Singson.
Yeah. Neil Razor Ruddock. Steve Howie.
Stuart
Howie, Newcastle, yeah.
We got Gascoigne. Can't believe you didn't mention Gascoigne.
I thought I did.
He
did.
I didn't hear Gascoigne.
I
No, he did. He did.
I
He
did.
did. He
There
did.
you go.
That's
Oh,
five.
thank you,
That's
Daniel. At
five.
which
8
point
to
you got
9 then, that
5.
is.
You got 5.
Oh,
You stand
dear.
on Craig. You said Paul Ince as well, weren't Paul
I
Ince?
said Ince. What's going on here?
Oh, one job.
Yeah, okay. 5, 6 then. We'll give you 6. Just to be
I'll
nice.
get 8 to 9.
Oh, hang on. Right. I'm so sorry. Right. You don't do the chase and then say, oh, well, it might have been that. Or it's either that or it's that. Then end on.
Which ones did he get wrong?
Loads, but I can't remember them.
Get David Platt. Did David Platt
Said
there?
Platt.
I know you did.
Yeah.
Wasn't Platt there?
I'm just looking now. Bear with me.
Yes, he was, because he was
He's
the one that,
Koeman found him, didn't he?
Put
yeah,
down by-
in the Holland game, the qualifying game.
yeah. You got about 8, didn't you, Mark?
Oh, I reckon I've got to reckon a good, 14 or 15 now.
According to the list I've got in front of me, David Platt was not there.
But there you go. He's the official adjudicator, I'm afraid.
Radio.
Sorry, Mark. You are still rubbish.
So how many did he get? How many have I got to beat?
You have got. I mean, I will give him 6 because I did miss the 2, so we'll give him 6. But don't worry, because I think personally, Paul, you'll smash him anyhow. So
Yeah, well, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
you
73.
give him 10 and you'd still win.
yeah. My dad could get more than that.
That
So-
depends when-
Your team, Paul, arguably for me, one of the best teams we've ever seen, but he's 1990.
Oh, is it?
Okay.
On your box. Get set. Go.
Peter Shilton, Paul Parker, Des Walker, Mark Wright, Stuart Pearce, John Barnes, Peter Beardsley, Robson, Chris Waddle, Paul Gascoigne, Gary Lineker, Steve Bull, Dave Besant, Tony DeRigo.
No, he
Shirt
didn't
I've got
play.
on as well. Shirt I've got on here. Who else was there? Oh God, I'm struggling now. Big time. I think I've got enough, but I'm struggling.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go.
So how many
How
did you
many
think you got? How many did you think you got, Paul?
About 12, 13.
You did
Definitely
get 12.
Mm.
You named the full front,
11.
the full first up front. So you got all 3. Beardsley, Bull, and Lineker.
If I didn't love this bloke, I'd hate him.
That's pretty good going.
Was it no Alan Smith?
Not in the 1990, I don't
In
think.
1990, no.
That's a bit early for him. Okay.
Hey, I didn't say Terry Butcher, did I?
Oh, he said, Paul, did you say Mark Wright?
Yeah, said Mark
Yeah.
Wright.
Mark Wright's in there, and
Yeah, Jeff Thomas?
Jeff Thomas.
No,
No.
not the. David Seaman was a third choice.
Seaman was there.
Chris Woods?
Chris Woods.
Chris Woods was there.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
mentioned Des Walker. You mentioned Stuart Pearce, Terry Butcher, Paul Parker,
Tony
Yeah.
Adams?
Gary Stevens, Tony Adams. You mentioned Tony DeRigo. You mentioned Dixon. You had Gascoigne, Barnes, Waddle. One that you didn't miss, or you did miss, that actually I didn't realise was there at this time as well, was Gordon Cowans.
Oh.
Okay.
Who?
And
Seriously, who?
Gordon Cowans.
Cowans.
Who?
David Rocastle
Oh.
as well. But yeah, you got the rest. That's just there's just no stopping you, Paul.
Some of those, I thought they never played for England. That might be another game. Did he? Didn't
They
he?
or didn't they?
Yeah.
And coming back to what you were saying, underrated managers, just to let you know, it's currently a tie between Terry Cooper and Lee Clark.
I
So
think Lee
we've
gets
got a
my.
little bit more time for
yeah.
people to come in.
I think
Okay.
Lee gets my. vote. I
What's
think we
the-
should. Go on.
What's our goal of the season so far then?
Wow.
You know what it would have been? Would have been that one that hit the top corner on Friday. That would have been an absolute beaut, but didn't happen.
I still reckon the one at Hull by Bakuna.
Yeah, because I love the one at the Baggies, Hogan's second one.
Yeah.
The pure flowing football for that is, for me, that's my shape. I agree. Second one at the Albion.
Oh, I've got one. You ready? Jamaica Richards. Ooh.
My choice was Hogan's header against Swansea. It was such a great build-up, and it was a good football goal. Excellent movement from Hogan. The interconnection between Chungs and Longhello, fantastic. It was proper football.
Yeah,
a team goal. Yes, I mean the Bakuna's shot. Yeah, piece of individual brilliance, but that was a team goal.
Team goal.
Just pips the two Albion ones, I think.
Yeah,
Nick, people haven't let you down, mate, because people aren't letting you down. Jason Hughes.
People haven't let you down.
No, I can't.
Jason Hughes said Dealey had a bowl of China.
Ooh.
I think Dealey had a bowl of chilies better.
Yeah, that's the one as well. We've got Pete Taylor as well with Dealey had a bowl of chili.
I got one.
Hold on.
What?
It's a classic.
Hang on. Go on.
Birmingham 2, tie 1.
Crikey, that was a bit of a letdown, wasn't it?
What about Gary?
That was like a 90-minute build-up for like.
I know. I got the popcorn out. I mean, I got my popcorn. I got my popcorn out.
I reckon Dom Kavanagh wins. Check Endoy.
Oh, what? Sorry.
Check.
Yeah, check Endoy. I'll get that one. Yeah, I like that one.
What about Gary Garner?
It's one of those where you have to think. Oh, I don't like thinking.
Our actor friend Tim Faraday has said Estonia Adams or Estoni.
Estoni. Yeah. Good. Not brilliant. Could do better.
Jason Hughes has come back with Dealey.
Say that again.
Bolivia.
I can't believe nobody said Stephen Ireland.
Stephen Ireland, yeah.
I thought about it earlier, but I thought that's just
Alan Brazil. Like England.
Yeah.
Jason Scotland.
Cameroon, Jerome.
What about Gareth?
Cameroon, Jerome.
They might as well change the name of the one.
That wasn't mine, by the way. That was Pete Taylor's. I'm not that clever.
Yeah, what about Gareth Wales?
Gareth Wales.
Yeah, I've got that one. Yeah, okay.
They might as well change the name to Bales, mightn't they, that team, to be fair?
I've got an improvement. Hang on, boys. I've got an improvement on my last one.
Oh, this bloody better be good, I'm telling you.
Taiwan, Timbuktu.
Alan, you've got far too much time on your hands. Oh, my God.
Has anybody...
dear.
I don't think Alan's grasped this game.
Well, what can I say? It's been a bit of a strange one tonight, ladies and gents. We've got a few weeks off now. World Cup in the winter, not a fan, but there you go. And I'm just going to read you a little poem now, out of a mark of respect for our fallen, our injured, those nurses that tried to piece those people back together, and for everybody else that's been involved in conflict up and down the years. This is a poem by Robert Lawrence Binion, published 21st of September 1914. With proud thanksgiving, a mother for her children, England mourns for her dead across the sea. Flesh of her flesh they were, spirit of her spirit, fallen in the cause of the free. Solemn the drums thrill, death, august and royal, sing sorrow up into immortal spheres. There is music in the midst of desolation, and a glory that shines upon our tears. They went with songs to the battle. They were young, straight of limb, true eye, steady and aglow. They were staunch to the end against odds uncounted. They fell with their faces to the foe. They shall not grow old as we are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them. Good night, God bless. Take care.
Excellent poem. Excellent. Good night, everybody. Good night. And we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Yep. Good night, all.
Good night, all. Come on, England.
Enjoy the World Cup.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us. You've been listening to your Tilton Talk Show.
From the Tilton, we'll support you till the end of the day.
Get me knobs all wrong. There you go.
Horrible,
We're off.
horrible, horrible, horrible shame